I got a spreadsheet of stuff to give away here today, so isn't that awesome? All right, let me switch cameras here and introduce our fine lead designer, Dr. Octothorpe. How you doing here?
Hey, everybody. Good morning.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. It's your birthday.
It is. It's true. Me and LOTRO are
and I'll put you right on the, I put you right up there at the start of the list here, so.
Yeah. So excited to be here.
All right. Are you a real doctor? No.
I am not a real doctor.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen you do heart surgery, but
it
didn't end up very well.
That's more of a hobby, really. It's, it's just something I do in my off hours. Yeah.
Yeah, when it's needed, right?
Yeah.
So. All right, so we are here today to take some Q&A from the community and just overall to celebrate our 11Zs, our 11th anniversary. You've been with the game for quite some time now.
A couple years now, yeah.
Yeah.
We've got older timers than me for sure. We've got. I'm sure some people know. Maid of Lions goes way back, and our lore master Chris Pearson goes back beyond the first age into the Twilight years. But yeah, this is I've been loving this gig for a while now.
Now we are, update 22 went out the door, I guess, a little over a month or so ago now, and so we are hard at work on I guess what you might call the point updates, update 22.2 and 3, and probably even a 4 there most likely.
There could be a 4, yeah.
And then we're moving on to update 23, which we're going to have a whole lot more information about in a producer's letter in that upcoming. But in general, we can say the words Gray Mountain.
We can.
Yeah. So, you want to give someone a quick elevator pitch as to what a Gray Mountain is? What is the Gray Mountain? Yep. Other than being gray and probably mountainous.
The Gray Mountains, or Arid Mithrin for the lore nerds out there, are the northern mountain range that sort of mark some of the early homes in the histories of Doran's folk, or the dwarves that we have mostly met in our travels in Middle Earth. It is some bad things have happened there. Some friends like Smaug came from there, and there's some other stories that sort of terror and woe kind of happens to dwarves. There's really I think that it's worth noting how badly things have turned out over and over and over again for dwarves, and I'm afraid to say that we're if in our journeys there we're more likely to find out about other bad things that happen to them than just walks in the park.
So we're going to get to see more of these bad things, but also some good things too.
Yeah.
Because we'll be taking part in some adventures there. We really can't say a whole lot more about Update 23 at this point. We kind of want to keep most of it under wraps, I understand. But I can also say that we are hard at work right now on, as I said, the point updates, which includes some summer festival work. In addition to, we've confirmed one of the new summer instances that's come out as well. And that's going to be a boss fight from the Rift that we're going to be scaling up for the summer event itself. Some folks I've seen on the forums and that have been asking, well, what do we mean by scaling? Is it kind of a dynamic scaling, or is it just 115?
So this is, let's be clear about what this is. I'm calling these from the vaults fights, and so we've taken a boss. And we've basically turned it into a 6-player scaling instance, just to be totally clear about that here. This is sort of a mix of nostalgia and a fun session you can run with a fellowship. We've kept what we felt like were the core mechanics. It's set in its old setting, which we've done minimal brushing up for. And it's kind of a way to just go back and relive some of our favorite memories from the earlier days of the game. It is because I'm sure there will be questions about this. For a bunch of technical reasons, it's easy for us to pull one of these out and do one of these in a way that for instance, going back and overhauling the entire Rift would not be not equivalent at all. So this was we realized we could do this, and we were like, yeah, this is going to be fun. Let's give it a try.
It'll be also a little bit of a different thing for our summer festival. Not that I don't want to use some loaded words here, but a lot of our festival events tend to be maybe a little on the lighter side, whereas this is perhaps a little more hardcore in terms of combat and that. So I think it may appeal well to those folks who are looking for that specific kind of content in the festival.
It's not a raid, there's not a T2C end to it, but it's challenging. And we know that we've got a lot of different folks playing LOTRO, and a lot of different reasons have brought them to LOTRO. And we saw this as an opportunity to give some of the players who, yes, might feel like a little on the sidelines running the festival quest something fun to do, so they can participate in the festival.
Cool. And this isn't going to be our only instance. This is the only one we're talking about right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I saw some screenshots.
Yeah.
I saw some screenshots yesterday that may well.
There's fun stuff coming.
Yeah, exactly. Fun stuff coming. All right. Well, so what otherwise have you been working on?
Wow. Let's see. In the dot update, we've got there's a lot of pretty things we're giving away with the festival this year. I don't know what we've revealed to that, so I'm not going to say too much.
Not a whole lot, to be honest.
I won't stick my foot in my mouth here now. Actually, there is one new piece of news I could actually drop, which is when we released the scavenger hunt last year, we got a bunch of feedback from players that you needed to be, among other things, you needed to be high level to finish all of it. So it took a little bit of work, but for the anniversary event Encore, we're preparing a lobby version.
Nice.
There's a better term for it, but players level 50 and under will be able to do that half of it. The community told us they wanted that. We listened. It wasn't something we could do in an instant, but we put it on our list and we got to it.
And because the anniversry event comes back every single year,
it'll be there.
It'll be there for
this will be here for forever on. Yeah, and we'll be we're adding year 11 quests were added to the scavenger hunt. That's live right now, and we'll add those. Those will be in the lobby version too.
Sweet.
Yep.
As someone who tried to get his level 51 minstrel through
year
one this past week, I appreciate this change.
It's rough. Yeah, no. This is we heard plenty of opinions on it. When we made the scavenger hunt, we just really wanted to sort of represent the entire length and breadth of the game, but that came at a cost, and this is an attempt to sort of counterbalance that a little bit.
All right, I'm taking a look at our chat room here. A lot of questions I kind of can't answer, at least where I'm going to save the answer for. Some of the 64-bit client stuff that we get, pinged with fairly regularly. I'm going to wait till I get Rob, I guess, on to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, exactly. He's addressed that recently, and I'm sure he'll be happy to talk about that again.
I can talk about some of the other stuff here too, but I'll do that after I'm done talking with you here. Can we say which boss? Do we want to say which boss? For the Rift?
Let's hold on to it
let's
for now.
hang on
Maybe
to
later
that.
today. Maybe we'll change our minds.
In other words, maybe someone will forget that they didn't say that yet.
I know,
and then
right?
Let that
we'll
slip,
never know
right?
when there could be a slip. When you're streaming for 11 hours, there can be, sometimes things get through.
War goats. Why do we not have war goats?
Yeah. So it's the short answer is that it's not it wasn't free, and we can't just take the travel amounts and just magically turn them into war goats.
Oh no, really? That's a bummer.
Which doesn't mean that we'll never have them. I wouldn't want to make any promises any which way. But the short answer is that it was not it wasn't low-hanging fruit for us at any point.
Sure. All right, well, that sounds good.
And if you think about it, there was not a big dwarf-centric moment after we introduced mounted combat that where it would have been exactly the right place to do that.
Yeah. that makes sense.
I see on the Twitch thread somebody's
so
pointing,
you're
pointing
using
out about
logic, whereas I just want to ride a war goat into battle. So
I can understand that. I can totally see that. Yeah. the is it awesome question, like points towards a thing that should happen sometime, but we have to take a lot of things into consideration.
Sure, absolutely. Performance improvements for the game. This has already been asked a couple of times. We are continuing to look into things that we could do there. We don't have anything to announce today. We will, of course, have more on the 64-bit client, maybe a little bit later on today, although Sev's latest word is that has been pushed out a little bit. But we are looking at various ways to improve performance. I know even yesterday there was a little bit of a look-see at Minas Tirith internally and that sort of thing. So there may well be some things that we'll be doing in the relatively near future that we're just not really ready to talk too much about yet. But when that stuff does happen, it'll be in the release notes for whatever update it gets ready to
The thing that I keep saying about performance is just that it's a many-headed beast. So we keep hacking at all the heads. Some of them grow back.
Yeah, right.
but it's always we know it's not always visible. We're always looking at places, and it's 100 solutions, not one, to make improvements in that area.
And about the time that you get it solved, the next door opens, and there you go. So yeah. All right. Well, I think I am going to let you actually get to work here today.
Oh, I have to do work now.
Yeah.
Man.
Yep.
All
you must.
right.
Get out of here.
Fine.
Get back to work.
All right. No. Well, it's been fun, everybody. I bet I'll be back later, either in the Twitch thread or in person. And happy birthday to LOTRO.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate you stopping by here. All right. So, like I said, I'm going to be hanging out in-game. I'm going to be doing stuff on the